Hey everyone, today on Classic Action Figures, we are going to be taking a look at the Force Awakens Tie Fighter from Hasbro. First, let's take a quick look at the box. On the front of the box, we can see a great illustration depicting two TIE fighters in action. We can also see the included TIE pilot figure on the lower right corner. And on the top, we see the Star Wars logo and the image of Kylo Ren. The right side of the box has a nice illustration of the First Order TIE pilot. The left side of the box has a windowed area where you can see the figure, and finally the back of the box has some pictures of the TIE fighter that showcase some of the features found on the toy. Now let's take a look at the figure. The TIE pilot is done in a cool shiny black color, and it has some great accents like his First Order symbol on his shoulder pad, and also some details on his chest piece. He comes with a removable helmet attached to a chest piece, and he also has a cool looking blaster. The blaster has a pretty good sculpt, and although the figure doesn't have a place to hold the blaster when he's not using it, there is a place where you can store it on the actual ship. The figure has the basic 5 points of articulation. His head can rotate from side to side, his arms rotate 360 degrees, and his legs can kick forward and back. It's a pretty cool looking figure, but the lack of articulation detracts a little bit from giving it a high score. However, considering he's meant to be placed and left inside of the vehicle, for me, it's not a major issue. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the actual vehicle. The vehicle is mainly all black with a red stripe on the side, and there are many great details found throughout the vehicle. You can see some great details both inside and outside of the cockpit. The wings also have some great details like the connectors to the panels. And finally, the back of the vehicle has some fantastic details like the two boosters and the rear window. There is some slight assembly required, and here's a quick look at the instructions. Basically, you have to attach the top hatch, the top communications antenna, the bottom laser guns, a small cover for the bottom of the cockpit, and the two wings. As far as plate features are concerned, the top communications antenna can rotate and it can fold up or down. The top hatch can open to gain access inside of the cockpit, and it also features a nice area where you can attach the pilot's blaster. Inside of the cockpit, you can place two figures side by side quite comfortably. There is also a laser cannon at the bottom which can rotate, and there are two missiles that can be attached to the front and fired by pressing a small red button on the bottom of the vehicle. Finally, this TIE fighter also has a feature found on the previous TIE fighters, which is that you can pretend that the wings are blown off by pressing a small button underneath the wing attachments. Let's go ahead and take a look at the vehicle from a couple of different angles. Overall, it is a very cool looking vehicle. I really like the sculpting details found throughout the vehicle, and I like the color of the TIE fighter as well. It's also great that it comes with a pilot included, and even though the figure has basic articulation, it's nice that it has a removable helmet and a blaster that can be stored in the ship. One small drawback is that the figures sit side by side instead of front to back like in the movie. But considering the scale of the vehicle, it's understandable why Hasbro did this. It's a great vehicle to have, but if you already have a TIE fighter from the original trilogy and don't have much space, then you might want to skip this version. Otherwise, I have to say that I really like this vehicle, and it actually looks better than the original TIE fighter. Well, that is it for my review. Let me know what you think of this vehicle in the comment section below. And as usual, stay tuned for more toy reviews on classic action figures. Until next time, take it easy.